Good morning. This is me over here. And this is step 2. I'm assuming that if you're looking at this video, or whatever this is, this whiteboard talk is what it is, you've seen the related step 1 talk, which is in a little different format, but that's the way it is. I'm trying new things all the time. They're connected. Step 1 and 2 are connected. All the 12 steps are connected. This is all just information. Just information, no more, no less. You're getting an idea of what's going on. These get emailed one at a time to people that ask. In step 2, it's in 4 parts. It says, came to believe, and the green underline indicates that that's one of the topics, that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. So we're going to talk about power, we're going to talk about believing, we're going to talk about restoration, and we're going to talk about insanity. Oh no, insanity. We're also using a continuing story of Joe. This is generic Joe over here with a generic story. He's a composite person to illustrate these kinds of topics up here. Obviously, if you're taking someone through the steps, you'd be using your own experience, strength, and hope. That's the way we do it. Joe looks different now. He's changing. He isn't the same person he was. And he'll change as he goes through the steps. He's learning. There's knowledge coming at him. And as he does that, he's changing his position. Because in the last video, he looked very, very different in that he was laying in the street, passed out behind a dumpster. This is about restoration more than anything else, and we're being restored to the person that we actually are. Here's Joe with a necktie now. I mean, he's a different guy. He looks a lot different. He's got himself some glasses, and he's questioning everything. Good for him. That helps in the knowledge part of it. Time is relative. And we celebrate time. We give out chips and do all that kind of stuff and it's totally appropriate. But Joel might have waited 2 years, 3 years before he actually got in anything more than the first step done. Because what was happening was something dramatic happens, and that starts changing the way he starts looking at things. So a 5-year drive drunk, and then he starts doing the steps. This is the way things happen sometimes. Joe has actually done step 1, and it's denial. He's broken denial. Step 1, you don't do halfway. It's 100%. Step 2 is different. It's gradual. You don't have to get it all done in one sitting. But there's no compromises on step 1. And now Joe is really getting serious. But he's looking at step 2, and it's a spiritual program. And he starts looking at some of these words. Oh, came to believe power greater than myself. Oh, wait a second, and I'm not insane. And he's questioning everything. And he doesn't want to say the word God. I mean, that's what God got him into all this trouble. We are in a program that's not a religious program. We don't talk about religion or politics in a safe room of Alcoholics Anonymous. Believe whatever you want to believe. Align with something greater than yourself. And Joe is very resistant to this. And his comment is, I don't buy this higher power stuff. If I don't do it, it won't get done. Therefore, technically, he's God. But we're not going to question that. That's he gets to do whatever he wants. He can be an agnostic, an atheist, and whatever he feels like. And so what we're trying to do with this is this third subject of insanity. Insanity is just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that's knowledge. That's information. That's in the world of love and tolerance. So now we're looking at Joe questioning everything. And Joe is about to make a choice. He's already made a choice because he's resisted. And that's okay. That's part of what goes on. He says, I've got issues. That's like, sounds a little like an excuse. But. He's got the motorboat working. And palms out. He's not going to listen to all this stuff. Oops. So now he's enough external things have not happened. So now he's going to make a choice, and his choice is to go back to fear and doubt, the world of fear and doubt, which is familiar with him, being sarcastic, angry, and prideful, versus going over to love and tolerance. And a stepping stone to that is knowledge, just learning what this is all about. When he lives in this thing and he says, okay, I can go out and make things happen because I can earn money and I'll make a pile of money and it'll make a big difference in my life and I'll have power. I will own power as a result of that. But when you're living in fear and doubt, what's really happening is you're compromising faith. It impacts all of our four beings, one of them being spiritual. And we're vulnerable as a human being at the level of finance and romance. And this reinforces fear and doubt. So this is a dark place to go. This is a cycle here. Money and power, where you believe that you own power. And the other side of that is knowledge and power. That's over here. That's love and tolerance. You may not have to reside completely over here, and you may not completely end up residing there. But it's where your choices are going. Have some fun. Bye.